Hey guys, it's Tuesday. I wanted to walk you guys through the two trades that I took this week. Each day I traded Tesla and I made about $1,000. So I just wanted to walk you guys through it. I was like reflecting on like current strategy, things I've done and implicated since I've taken my first trade on February 24th of 2026. Like looking at my charts and I was like, I literally don't use supply and demand anymore on my charts. And I used to love them. And that's like kind of why I added the fair value gaps. Big green boxes, those are bullish fair value gaps. I use the Lux Algo fair value gap. Normally it's pink and I do this shade of green. And that's my indicator. I normally just leave as is. My next indicator is the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA kind of acts like an immediate like guidance on like where the price is going. So even if you look at this trade I took on Monday, the navy blue line is my 8 EMA. So once the candle closed and like tapped on the EMA, I'm already interested in this trade. I'm like, okay, like this is perfect. It's just confirming the direction that it's going up. Once my candles start to close below the 8 EMA, I'm like ready to get out, okay? This light blue line is my 21 EMA. The 21 EMA kind of acts like a longer term trend continuation, like confirmation. If I'm in any trade and candles close below my 21 EMA, it's done. If it's closing below my 8 EMA as well, like I'm already like, it's probably about time to wrap this up, okay? This indicator I created is a Davis orb indicator. Auto populates at 9:45 a.m. and marks the orb high and the orb low. So I trade the 15-minute orb range on the 5-minute time frame. So that means the first 3 candles of the market open need to form. And once that happens, right at 9:45, my Davis orb indicator creates this orb box. It marks the pre-market high and the pre-market low, previous day high and low. It gives you all this other data. It gives you a call and put targets in each direction, and each call and put target is based off of how big the orb range is. When you do purchase that, I went on and added in the back testing data that me and my homeboy were working on related to the indicator from January to June. Back tested SPX and we looked at the Davis orb indicator. Basically back tested to see like on average how often is target price 1, target price 2, target price 3 hit. Where are the EMAs when the indicator is formed? Literally what's going on. We back tested all this data and I put it back into Cloud and like made it this pretty little guide, and I just went on and sent it out to everybody who brought my Davis orb indicator because it's like it's such cool data and this literally has helped me grade my trades now, because at first I was just taking trades and like I would probably get to target price 1 and I get stopped at a trade and I'm like, what's going on? I don't have a fair value gap here, I don't have a key level here, I don't have anything here, like literally what's going on. But it was because the EMAs weren't caught up. It's because whatever was going on. Right here on the top left of my screen is an A grade setup. When the trade is happening at 9:45, I go to the 15-minute really quickly and I look and just see where are the EMAs. 5-minute EMA, that navy blue line inside of the box is the outside of the box. Same for the 21 EMA. Pre-market, I've been adding supply in a demand zone, the 1 hour time frame. So I literally marked that, and sometimes throughout the day, like you guys see like these little lines right here, I like went through and added more supply zones so I can like understand what was going on in the market when the prices started to stall out. So I go into the market, I already know that I have a 1 hour supply zone at the top of my orb range. So I already know I'm like waiting for a candle to close above the orb high and close above my 1 hour supply zone, which will give me confirmation that the candle should continue to move upward. Also, in this trade right here, a fair value gap forms. So a fair value gap is kind of acts as another supply and demand zone as well. It's like a price magnet. The price will go down into the fair value gap and normally go right back up. So these green boxes are the bullish fair value gaps, and these red boxes right here are the bearish fair value gaps. Anytime I'm in a trade, like I was in calls today and yesterday, anytime a bearish fair value gap forms, like I'm exiting the trade. It's like no question, no second thought, like I'm out of it. I'm in a call. Like if a bearish fair value gap is forming, that means like the candles will not go above this fair value gap, right? So a bearish fair value gap formed right here. Boom. The candle did not come back up past this fair value gap. It just continued to go down. Now it's below the 8 EMA, which means the price is continuing down. Now it's below the 21 EMA. That's a long-term confirmation that the price is going down. So I do the same way in the opposite direction for calls, right? So the candles right here are respecting my bullish fair value gap, right? Boom. So candles right here is inside of my bullish fair value gap. It's above my 8 EMA and it's above my 21 EMA. So these are all the confirmations that I need that the bullish pattern is continuing, right? So I'm getting in, bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm in this trade. around 10:30 a.m. I kind of realized, ooh, the price is kind of like stalling out right here. Like, is there a supply zone? Is there a demand zone? Is there a key level? Is there a fair value gap that was there in pre-market? So I'm just looking around to see what the heck is going on. So I literally just go back to the 1 hour time frame and I remark the supply and demand zones. I don't like completely like draw a box because then like the chart gets crazy. I have fair value gaps, I have supply and demand zones, I have all these things going on. It's just too much. So I just draw the high of it. So that means I'm kind of looking for a candle to close above these supply zones and waiting for price to continue. At 11:30 a.m. close, it went and touched this new supply zone and it came down and consolidated, tapped the bottom of this supply zone and then continued upward. Whoop. Come down, continue upward. Ideally for this trade, I like would have like just like got out at the supply zones, but I have a small account right now, so like I just held the trade throughout the day and I have my key levels to confirm that things are all right. The EMAs were working with me, the 8 and 21 EMA, my bullish fair value gaps were forming, they weren't being invalidated by the candles. Yeah, that's all I need. My indicator told me where my target prices were, like for my trade today. Right when the indicator formed, it gave me my orb range high at 4:12:32. Normally right at 9:45 a.m. I go in and make alerts at the orb high and at the orb low, especially always for Tesla. Also, I forgot to mention that I only trade 4 tickers right now. I'm only trading SPY, Nvidia, Tesla, and Apple. And Tesla is honestly my baby. If you hear me talk about trading like outside of like YouTube and social media, you already know like Tesla is my baby. Like I had multiple $1,000 days with Tesla, so it's just like with one contract, y'all. Most of these days, like on Monday, the contract I traded was one contract. I made $1,000. Today, I traded 2 contracts, made $1,000. So, yes. Monday. What happened? The first candle of the day formed bullish. All right, boom. We got a fair value gap. The price is above the EMAs, right? So I'm already looking at this. I'm already knowing I'm not getting in until 9:45 a.m. But while these first 3 candles of the day are forming, I'm looking between all 4 of my tickers to see which one is looking best. Are any of them going to be blocked by a fair value gap? Are any of them creating fair value gaps? Are any of them chopping? I'm like looking at all this stuff. I'm looking at all my indicators in play as soon as the market opens. So for this day, once I seen the second candle form at 9:35, I already knew I was trading Tesla. I wasn't looking at anything else, right? Fair value gap form right here, boom. The candle's above the 8 EMA now, boom. It comes and it touches the 8 EMA one more time and it continues upward. And I'm like, okay, the candle actually technically hasn't closed above the orb high. And I feel like that is like one of the biggest things about the orb, right? You can get tricked out, right? Like the candle can literally look like this. Look how much I have to zoom in for you to be like, the candle did not close above the orb high. Like this is not the right time to get into this trade. So at 9:45, the candle did. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I get into this trade. I think I entered like right here, like when the candle was about to close. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna close right here. So boom, I'm in the trade, but I'm looking and I already know that like there's a little bit of consolidation happening. So I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of getting spooky because it's consolidating on my orb high. Is it about to go down? Is it going to use my orb high as a support and then continue to move upward, which is what I want because I'm in a call right now. And so I'm looking at that and seeing what's going on. But I also have a fair value gap right here, guys. This is literally why I'm obsessed with these. They act as a supply and demand zone or a price magnet zone. So my candles are going in it and it's just kind of tapping. It didn't invalidate it. And for me, a fair value gap is invalidated when the candle touches the bottom of it, or like sometimes it'll disappear. Like the indicator itself will literally just go away. And it's like, okay, girl, it's time to go. Let's close this trade. Let's think about our exit plan. So since that wasn't being invalidated, I just sat and I waited. I was like, okay, there's no reason for me to get out of this trade. The candle has already closed above my orb high. My fair value gaps are formed. My candles are above my 8 and my 21 EMA. I probably added the volume up here 1 second just to double check to make sure that when the bullish candles were closing, like what was the volume looking like? So I got in here, candles consolidated, then they pushed up, a new fair value gap formed. The candles consolidated on top of the fair value gap. They pushed up, another fair value gap formed. They consolidated. Boom, it pushed up, consolidated, push up, push up, push up, and everything's above my 8 EMA, everything's above my 21 EMA. There's no reason for me to get out of this trade, and my indicator told me where to go to. I know you guys probably can't see it right here, so let me add a little little star right here, but if you see right here this faint line, our orb indicator leaves the previous day target prices on the chart, so you can kind of look back at it and you can back test it. And so like target price 1 was right here on this day, target price 2 is right here, and target price 3 was right here. So I already know I had a grade A set up. Technically my strategy right here says to ride both contracts or whatever contracts I'm in to target price 2, which is right here. And I could have just got out. I think I was probably just being a little greedy, but I think once target price hit right here, I was like, okay, well, my fair value gap is formed. I can like wait a little bit. The AEMA hasn't been invalidated. We can see what happens. It may push up a little bit more. And that's exactly what it did. It tapped the AEMA and it pushed back up. A bullish fair value got formed. And I just rolled it up a little bit. Rolled it up to a little bit below target price 3, which was right here. Boom. I got out, yo. That was that. And that's literally how I made $1,000 on Monday. And this was a quicker one. Like I love when they're kind of quicker and I'm not like holding till like 3 p.m. like I did today. Like I got into the trade at around 9:50 in the morning and I got out around 1 p.m. And yeah, I try not to hold these too long, especially because most of the time they're 0 to 1 days to expiration, so you don't want to get chopped up by all those Greeks. You can run through today's trade. Today's trade was a little weird. Like I just really relied on my supply and demand zones and my fair value gaps and my EMAs for this trade because like I could have just got out, right? But my account was so small. I'm doing this small account challenge where I started with about $150 in my Robinhood account and I've been just trying to build it up. So I had some wins, like I've had a couple $1,000 win days, and I've also lost a couple $100. So right now the account's at about 2.2K. I'll put it up on the screen. Honestly, I can't remember. Along with this, same thing as the last trade on Monday, I marked out my 1 hour supply zone. So when I entered this trade today, and the orb indicator formed at 9:45 a.m. right here, right? I already knew, I honestly wasn't interested in entering this trade until the supply zone was also crossed, because supply zones act as price magnets. The only time the price will hit the top of a resistance or top of a supply zone and going to go down. And so I was like, all right, let me just make sure it's above it and that the supply zone is going to act as a support. So it did. It closed right here. I think I may have still got in a little bit early, but it closed right here. I got in the trade. Boom. While I'm in the trade, it's closing above my supply zone now, right here, boom. And a bullish fair value gap has formed. So there's no reason for me to get out of this trade. The candles are above my AEMA. The candles are above my 21 EMA, which are both confirming bullish direction. Fair value gap is confirming my bullish direction. Our orb high has been crossed, bullish direction. And I also, like, while I'm in the trade, I'm looking for all of these grade A setups, which include the 5 EMA being aligned with the 15-minute EMA. Is the orb box clean? Like, are there a lot of taps in it? I'm kind of looking at all of these, like, different things based off of my grade setup. And I'm, like, quickly looking just to see, like, okay, like, which one of these are going. I'm in this trade. It's consolidating above my support. It's consolidating above my bullish fair value gaps. And now it's kind of playing around 11:10. 11:15, I'm kind of looking at the chart. I'm like, it may be time to get out. Is it going to respect the supply zone? Is it going to respect my bullish fair value gap? Is it going to respect my EMAs? Like, literally, what the heck is going on? So it did end up bouncing off of the 21 and moving upward. Bounced off of the fair value gap, moved upward to my next supply zone. Consolidated, stayed above the AEMA, stayed above the 21. Pushed up to the next supply zone. I remarked this around here. So I think once it was tapping, like starting to look like it was about to close below the AEMA, I went back to the hourly chart and remarked the 1 hour supply zone. So that's what that is. And like, that's kind of like what's going on. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. Let's keep it going. We're still above the AEMAs. And like here, it was like, ooh, what's going on? The candle's closed. So honestly, I should have got out right here. Like I should have closed the trade right here. Those little stars back so you guys can see where the target prices are. So target price 1 is right here. Target price 2 is right there. Target price 3 is right here. And I exited the trade at 424, right? So this right here at 424 was $1,000. So I think when I was right here and I was like, okay, what's going on? I was probably up like $300. So I was like, all right, well, my drawdown isn't crazy. I think I was already in the money. Honestly, I think that's why I kept holding the contract. So I was like, all right, let's see. Let's see if this supply zone is going to be respected or is it going to be invalidated. If it's invalidated and the candle closes below this 10:30 a.m. supply zone right here on the 5 minute, just get on out. It bounced off of the supply zone. Whoop. It got above the EMAs. It tapped the EMAs. Normally, once you get a bounce of the EMAs, the candle is going to continue to go up. That's exactly what it did. That's literally exactly what it did. It rode up. Now it's above my 8 and 21 EMAs. Now we just got a candle closed above the next supply zone, and it's going to rip. And that's exactly what it did. It literally ripped into my next level. And that is how I made $1,000. I made $2,000 in the past 2 days day trading Tesla. So I just want to do a brief breakdown. A few of you guys have reached out to me and asked me, like, girl, how in the heck did you do that? How are your indicators helping you out? What's your thought process? Like, what's happening? So yes, I wanted to do that. It's literally 11:30 at night, y'all. But I was like, let me go in and film this because I am just like, if I like say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, it's like literally not happening. So I just thought about it and I was like, let me just do this. Let's just make this happen. And we are. That's that, y'all. Have a great night. I hope this is helpful. If it wasn't, let me know. What can I add? What should I talk about? If you have any questions, let me know. Once again, I'm Jada. I day trade options on the New York Times session, the 15-minute orb range. I typically trade 0 to 5 day to expiration contracts. I use my Davis orb that I created. I use the 8 and 21 EMAs, Lux Algos supply and demand, and Lux Algos fair value gaps is my indicator. So that's me. I also post on TikTok. So if you guys like kind of want like more like frequent like short form content, I really been posting on TikTok recently. So that's that. Have a great night. That's all I have to say. Good luck trading. If you're learning how to trade, never forget just to keep learning. Be a sponge. Like even these indicators that I use, like the Lux Algo indicator, like the fair value gap is a smart money concept that I learned from one of my homeboys because he trades with GEX levels and order flows and all these different things that I do. So we would just have conversations and I would just look into it. So I say if you're looking to trade, want to get your money up, like have higher savings accounts, you can do other things. You can buy stocks. You don't have to day trade. You can swing trade. There's so many other ways and things that you can do to invest your money and make it worth your while. I just had the free time. Like I quit my job last year, so out the blue. So I had like it took me about 4 months to find a new job. So during that time, I just learned how to day trade and I like documented my journey on TikTok and all that good stuff. And that kind of led me to hosting a DMV day trader meetup, which will happen on July 24th. I'm still working through the details, but it'd be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Alexandria, Virginia, or Arlington, Virginia. I'm still narrowing down the location. So yeah, that's that, guys. Good luck trading. It's literally about to be July. Like I literally can't believe it. Like it's about to be my birthday month. I'm like hearing that a lot of people have good trading months in July. So I'd love to hear that. I'm following my rules. We get into this money, y'all. Like this is literally my retirement plan. So there's that. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.